Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's another crazy geek crafter, and this is another card for me for the 327th Craft Roulette Challenge. And the parameters this time are interactive summer colors. The element is Here Comes the Bride, and random is ink etching. And yeah, I know I have about 1.5 hours of video for this, but I spent at least half an hour of that just thinking, because I was a bit stumped for this. Not that any of the parameters were hard as such, but I had a hard time combining them. So I went through my stash, I think 3 or 4 times, trying to figure out what to do. I found this scrap of patterned paper from Alexandra Renke, which is a German creator. And I figured that would go with the summer colors and the bride thing with the flowers, and then some gems, of course, for the bride. But I still needed a focal point, and I needed something interactive. I pulled out a sentiment, it says hugs in Danish. Hug or hugs, because that's the same word in Danish. So I landed on making a shaker. Yeah, just a small one, not a full-scale one. Just something simple, I thought. But at this point I was already getting tired, so it took longer than it should have. Last week and this week I've been trying to make these cards very simple so that I can get the video out during the weekend and I don't have to stress about it during the week. And that was, I think, one of the hard parts about this, because there were a lot of things I could have done, but they were all taking so much time. So I'm trying here to do at least something. And in my corner you can see that I have the replay going. Now my video is at 4 speed and I am watching the replay on 1.5. So if you think things are going very fast, that would be why. First I thought I was gonna make a square shaker, because I couldn't figure out how to get foam behind the border here. It's very thin, but I like the organic shape of it, and I didn't want to put on a circle or something traditional like that. So to start with, I wanted to make the whole square the shaker. Spoiler alert, that's not gonna happen. When I did this part, I accidentally cut off a part of the frame here. It is stuck to the circle. You'll see that it's a sliver, but it's enough so I can see it, and that's why I couldn't handle it. So I had to pivot and find another way to do it. Here, that was the sliver, the tiny thing I pulled off there. It just makes a tiny gap, but it's too much for me. So I had to pray to whatever deity does crafting that when I went to cut my acetate with this die, that it will not cut through, because it's a frame cut and I needed it to stay intact. Hopefully, you can hope with most pieces of acetate that you actually have to cut it yourself afterwards, but you will have a line to cut from. And I was that lucky with this project. So, yeah, I spoiled you there. It did work. So, I was very happy about that. So now I just need enough frames for the dimension, because like I said, putting foam tape on something this narrow and with the live edge of it, it'll be a nightmare. It'll be easier to just make a bunch of die cuts to stack up. I've never made a shaker using this technique before. I always thought it looked cool and it seems like it holds up very nicely, but that's a lot of cardstock. But here I can shave all the inner pieces of these circles and maybe use them for something else. At a later date I'm gonna put them in the packaging with the dies. after gluing all of the white border pieces, I cut down the acetate at this decorative stitch line. This means that it will not stick out beyond the cover, the top layer of the border, and it will not be too short, which is wonderful. So now I have to ink up my panels so I can glue them down, so I can glue the shaker together directly on the card. And ending with this soundbite, I hope you enjoyed the making of this card, that you'll be back for another one some other time. Until then, hope you'll be having a good day, evening or night. På gensyn.